Welcome back to the Power Hour here on Kingdom of Nerds. I'm joined by Zach Tales, a true believer, Paul in the 619, and Brian, who's in shadow, under Whitney's protection. Yeah, let's go. Tonight we will be talking about Star Wars, and more Star Wars. Is Star Wars back and better than ever? Is Dave Filoni doing the right thing? Will he do the right thing? And what would you like to see from Dave Filoni going forward with Star Wars? And shall we wish that Dave Filoni stop making cameos in movies? So we got Timothy. Hey, Tim. Hopefully we have more than 4 people watching by the time this is over. But I'm happy you guys showed up. So we'll start with Filoni. What should he do going forward with Star Wars now that he's head of Lucasfilms? I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think?
Who wants to go first?
Okay, so for me, Bruce, you said it. I wish he would stop doing a cameo, but better yet, I want him to die on screen. I want his character, I want him to be in a ship, and I want it to blow up. That would be dope.
Fair enough.
Go out with a bang. Go out with a bang.
I did love that he was in full cowboy hat regalia too, just sitting in a bar. I was like, he didn't even try to hide it. Didn't even try to get a character.
I didn't know there were cowboy hats in Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess so.
Except for Cat Bane. I guess he counts. I saw The Mandalorian on Friday. Enjoyed it. I want to see, going forward for Filoni, I want to see him get away from the Skywalker era. I never want to see any Luke. I don't want to see Luke, Leia, Hans. I don't want to see Darth Vader ever again. I want them to move forward. Show. Let's get the Jedi Temple up and running. Let's change. Let's train some new Jedi. This universe is big enough. There can't be only 1 or 2 Jedis left in the entire universe.
No, I feel you. I think you can have both. I think you can push towards the future, and then you can also tell stories from the Clone Wars era or from the era where Vader. I know that you personally may not like that, but a lot of people love Darth Vader. That's why Darth Vader is as popular as he's been forever. So you're still going to get that type of content. But I think I agree with you that there should be some things that we push towards, post Skywalker saga. That doesn't have tons of connections to it. I think you can do that. I mean, Skeleton Crew might have been for little kids, but there was, that was done differently, and it was away from everything else and didn't really have any connections. But yeah, I think my POV and what I want to see is I'd like to see him do both, and I think he probably will. At least this kind of what the rumblings are. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, to add on, Bruce, I want to see him go back. Okay, a couple years ago, they wasted all this time and energy talking about the High Republic, and all we got from it was one crummy T-shirt. Not a T-shirt, a TV show. Okay, and and at the end of the day, it kind of feels like a T-shirt because that's about as much as it was. But no, dude, we got to see Darth Plagueis for like 10 seconds. Okay, arguably the coolest character that's only been mentioned in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, embrace that. They've got tons of stuff. Give us that time period before when the Republic was badass. Okay, give us that time period where the Sith are plotting and scheming and doing their thing. You know what I mean? Like I would love to see that. Give us that. Okay, and on the same token, give us far in the damn future. Give us Rey teaching the younglings. At the new academy or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that to me would be fun. But I also, you guys mentioned it earlier backstage, make movies again, but don't abandon the TV shows. I know a lot of the people are like, well, the TV shows, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, if it wasn't for the TV shows, like Disney Star Wars, where would it be right now?
Yeah.
The TV shows have been the highlight of the last few years.
They're definitely not going to go away from the TV shows. Just look at the movie we just watched, The Mandalorian and Grogu. That was all about the TV show.
Mhm.
And you know what? I enjoyed it. It was really good. You know,
Yeah.
it's, I could see more of that. Give me more of that.
Hey, Mama Bear. It's I understand where you're coming from. Maybe there can be a compromise between fans that want to get away from the Skywalker stuff and get away from just the Skywalker name and all of that whole era. You can do the movies with new stories, new adventures that's after Skywalker, and then you can save Disney Plus for these pointed stories you want to tell within the Skywalker universe that people, I guess, are asking for. I guess there can be a compromise. It's all up to Dave Filoni. I don't know how it's going to work out for him. My point of view is no matter who they put in charge, the fans will hate that person regardless.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of pressure. That's for sure. You know, are you going to make everyone happy? You never make everyone happy. Just make the majority happy. I want to be part of the majority. I want to love Star Wars again. You know, and over the weekend, that was a good start. That was a good start for me. You know, I left the theater. My whole family left the theater. Like, that was dope. You know what I mean? I want that. I want that again.
Yeah, it's I know they're working on a beginning movie. I think it's still in production, where they show the origins of the Force and the Jedis and how everything came about. Because you think about it, we've had 50 years, almost 50 years of Star Wars, and there was no explanation of where the Force came from, where it started, unless on screen.
Give us the prequels, like prequels, not
prequel,
episode 1, but I'm talking about
Old Republic. Give us some Old Republic.
Negative like 51. Like I want that story.
I would love that.
Give us the Darth Revans, the freaking expand the lore. Go back into the old EU, pull up stuff that worked. Use it.
Yes.
And not only that, but you'll trickle back in those
Make it canon. Make it canon. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people who are like ride or die, like the reason why they do not like Star Wars right now is because they got rid of the EU.
Yeah.
Like there are people that upset about it just because of that fact.
Yeah, but hasn't the extended
they call it Legends now. Totally clear on it. Okay, I'm kind of like benevolent towards the EU. I never really experienced it too much because I didn't have the money. I didn't have the books. I didn't. But that time period just was like I didn't want to read in 7th grade. I wanted to like watch TV and Beavis and Butthead and shit. But as far as that goes, you got people that are so married to that version of canon. The problem is there's no consensus.
Yeah.
You've got 50 different writers writing around the same period of time, and none of the stories line up. And that's why one of the biggest problems in trying to adapt Legends is that there's just so many different iterations of it. It's hard to do. And so it's like they're like, oh, well, why can't they make Legends happen? It's like, well, what Legends? What time period of Legends are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Are we talking about Legends during the saga time? Because none of that's real.
Yeah.
Unless it's on screen or on screen one way or the other, none of that was considered canon by George Lucas.
I everyone knows I make fun of Star Wars fans. My sole purpose in life is to make Star Wars fans cry.
It's too late. They already have a head start.
That's true. The biggest thing I hear from a lot of these, the type of Star Wars people. My Star Wars was ruined. My childhood was ruined. You can't talk about Star Wars unless you was born before 1977.
Are we talking about a certain individual?
Yes, we are talking about a certain individual named Dom Tober.
Gatekeeping Dom?
Yeah. Him and other people want to see Mara Jade. They want to see Mara Jade come to Star Wars. That's
already passed.
Mara Jade is past.
Yeah.
There is over. Nobody wants to see old ass Mark Hamill hooking up with anybody.
Yeah, agreed.
I do have a old tape called Sex Wars. I mean, never mind. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Well, they've got a whole other thing going on right now with Ahsoka, where she's on that planet Peridia, which is a whole different thing. That's like a new Star Wars. So it's like, go down that road.
Yeah.
Don't make it connect. Like, gosh darn.
And it sounds like that. It sounds like that next season's going to be pretty sick too, from what things that have been coming out of it with the father and the son and the daughter.
I'm
really
looking
getting into the nerdy shit of the Force.
We have
the coolest stuff that happened on Clone Wars.
We have Cousin Jedi from Renovision. They can incorporate legend characters without using legend storylines,
and they have to a certain point in certain areas, depending on how you look at from a certain point of view. To quote Obi-Wan Kenobi here. No, so the best thing he could do is listen to some fans, and I'm not saying all of them because I've been on and off YouTube for the last 5-6 years now, and some fans just don't need that opinion. What do they say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them, and I think.
I agree with that. I don't think they should listen to the fans, because if you listen to one set of fans, you're gonna piss off this set of fans, then piss off this other set of fans, and then we'll end up with 100 million streams about how Star Wars.
To a point though, you do have to acknowledge the fandom. Look at Star Trek. Okay, it withered on the vine because they stopped listening to anybody. They're just like, we're doing what we want. Nobody gives a damn. And it's like, okay, nobody's going to watch it then.
I watched it. I watch all Star Trek.
I'm sorry you did. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm happy I did.
5 of Discovery, I checked out. Couldn't do it anymore.
I will give any new stories a chance. I am not tied to nostalgia. I'm not tied to some delusions of this is the best thing ever when I was fucking 10 years old.
But then again, I'm also one of those people who loved The Last Jedi. I've actually enjoyed the Disney era, except for Rise of Skywalker.
That one was
because
rough.
of the big ass overcorrection that movie was.
Yeah. And the original script for that was sick. And there was not a lot of redemption stuff going on. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to read it, but it was sick. And it was called Duel of the Fates.
Yeah. No, way better than what JJ foisted upon us.
Yeah, that he ripped out of his toilet.
Forgiven him for Star Trek Into Darkness. So
here we go. The biggest problem with Star Wars fandom is everyone tries to police everyone's opinions about Star Wars content.
What, you mean like I just did?
Yes. On Star Trek. Yes.
I think we all do, because we hold that fandom so personally. It's like it's hard for us to not project our own onto other people.
Tucker. Shit, Tucker. That was good.
No, that movie was bad.
They said stay away from the Skywalker saga, and when they did something away from it, they said this isn't my Star Wars.
It's woke, it's stupid, it's this, it's that. It's like I remember I was on here talking about the Acolyte with you guys.
We had so much fun talking about the Acolyte.
I love the TV shows. Dude, one of my favorite shows was the Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, it was a great little show.
It was fun. You know what it was? It reminded me of why I like Star Wars in the first place. Because I was a kid when I liked it.
Yeah.
Born in '83. All I knew was Star Wars growing up as a kid. So it's like, no, yeah. It bothers me. I'm not insecure with my childhood to where, if I watch something, it's such an affront. Now, if this He-Man movie sucks ass, then I'm gonna cry about my childhood getting messed up. That Universe was one of my favorite movies of all time.
It looks good.
Go.
It does look good.
It does look good.
Looks like crap.
I'm actually excited to go see He-Man. That's my movie this year.
They should have released this final trailer as the first trailer, and everyone would really be hyped about it. This trailer was way cooler than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even mind listening to Jared Leto talk as Skeletor. It's not annoying.
Yeah, like I forget it's him, so that's good.
So,
I will say this. I gave Skeleton Crew a lot of shit because I hated those kids. I just want all those kids to be thrown out of air.
they were so annoying.
They were
Even the
so
little
annoying.
elephant kid, even the little blue guy.
Yes, he was annoying. I will say,
Oh.
even though they were annoying, it was well executed, well written, and well acted. I got over the kids' performances.
I even like Jude Law.
Jude Law was great in
I
it.
like Jude Law too. Lightsaber will be retconned to have come from world between worlds you watch. Rey will be the old lady at the end of Rise Skywalker talking to Rey. It's going to connect.
No,
with
I'm
them.
good. I'm good on that.
Nah,
I'm good on that. No, thank you. I'm okay. Let's just leave it be.
Don't watch the trailers and roll the dice like I do. I will say this. We're gonna get into Mando and Grogu in a second. The visuals they used in the trailers for Mando and Grogu were shit compared to what you actually got in the theaters. It was insane. It was like night and day with the trailer and the actual movie.
Yes, the trailers were bad.
I didn't like the trailers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Callie, Jude Law can do no wrong. As someone who watched the original He-Man cartoon, if this movie sucks, it's not ruining my love of the characters.
Good on you, Mama Bear. Good for you.
Okay. Well said.
Yeah, this is
That's
the
the
thing. You can't
revolution.
have a normal take about Star Wars stuff. One side claims it's not my Star Wars. The other side thinks the smallest criticism is hate.
I know. I've been on both of that bipolar ass.
Yeah, I've hated on Brian many times on streams.
You know, and I hold that mirror back up to you, sir.
All right, let's get away from what we want from Filoni because we're never going to get anything close to what we actually want from Dave Filoni. So let's get into Mando and Grogu review. Let me hear your overall takes about the movie. Then we'll get into specifics, and then overall score on the movie towards the end of the stream. You can go first, Zach. Right back.
All right, cool. Because I literally just got back probably like an hour ago from seeing it. First and foremost, it makes me want another season or more seasons of Mando. Like I just love having Mando on my screen. I love watching him kick ass. Ludwig Göransson's soundtrack, the music is just playing throughout the entire thing. Like I literally am gonna have the just stuck in my head for the next like 2 weeks, and I'm totally okay with that. But I just thought, it was like a half a season of Mandalorian just put into 2.5 hours, and I thought it was great. In the TV show, we would have spent probably, Bruce, you saw it, probably 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 episodes on that planet that Road of the Hutt was on. And, then we would have spent 2 or 3 episodes figuring out a plan on how to get him back and all that stuff. And it just, it maybe dragged a little bit toward the end. Like I was kind of like, okay, it was getting toward the end here. But I thought it was fun. It was just a blast. And it was Mando up on the big screen, being sick. We only had to see Pedro Pascal's face only for a little bit there. And it was really impactful. And it was really well done.
Yeah.
And what I really, really like about it is we're seeing Grogu get more and more just responsibility and growing up a little bit. And so what's going to be really cool is going back and looking at the TV show and looking at this and looking at future stuff with Grogu and watching his growth and seeing where he is in like 10 years. And that's what I think is really cool. And what I thought maybe people who reviewed this movie missed is like Grogu does so much in this movie. He goes and saves his dad. He nurses him back to health for a long time. He goes out on his own in this planet he's never been to before, or he's only been to once, I guess. And I just thought it did a really good job of making Grogu like really confident. Like it was really cool to see him grow up a little bit and do stuff for his dad after watching his dad do nice things for him for 3 seasons.
Paul, what's your overall take of the movie?
It was a fun movie. It was fun. It's exactly what I wanted to watch. It didn't have to be a big epic. You know, it didn't have to be like, oh, it's going to be a 3-movie like deal. It was pretty much the show on steroids. You know, there was action from beginning to the end, and it was cool because there were some surprises in the movie. And it was like, you know, it was me, my grandson, and my wife, and they kept on like asking me questions like, "Who's that? Who's this? Who's that?" I'm like, I don't know who that is, but it's dope. But I did know one character. When they showed Imbo and his pet, I was like, "Oh no, are you kidding me?" And then at the end, they got to fight each other. I was like, "Chef's kiss." That was like, the movie was really good. You know, I enjoyed it. My grandson enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. We left like happy. So yeah, overall, it was what I wanted to watch.
Yeah. I will say this. I haven't watched a bad Star Wars project ever for myself. I just want to have fun. I don't care. I don't care about the lore. I don't care about legends. I don't care that maybe there's some problems with canon. The only Star Wars I've ever had a problem with, everyone knows this, is the prequels. The prequels was shit then, they're still shit now.
Okay, let's go.
Misa gonna kick your ass.
I'll give you 1/3 of that as being correct. Attack of the Clones is by far one of the worst films ever made.
And the only reason that
I don't like sand.
The Clone Wars was saved by the animated show. That's the only reason it was saved. If that animated show never came on, any Ewoks in it. Yes, Ewoks were in it. Yes. Bruce missed the Book of Boba Fett. I didn't mind the Book of Boba Fett. The last 4 episodes were amazing. You know,
it was just another season of Mando with a focus on Boba Fett.
Yes. Amazing.
It should have just been another season of Mando.
The best episodes were what? The last 2 when one was a Mando episode and the other one had Mando in it. So
yeah.
And doesn't it like open too with him on the Halo planet learning how to use the Darksaber too? Isn't that in Book of Boba Fett? Yeah. Which is like one of the coolest shots in all of Mando lore, and it's in Book of Boba Fett.
You know, I will say this: I am not a fan of Boba Fett. Never have been. I never understood.
I always thought he was overrated.
He's an overrated character that spent 10 minutes on film, and people have this headcanon of him like he's the greatest
he did go
thing
out like
that ever came on screen. He got beat by a
bomb like this. Hit his jetpack. He dead.
But I will say he looked badass in Mando when he shows up and takes out all those stormtroopers and shit. And he's got the
knee rockets. He got the knee rockets.
Robert Rodriguez directed that episode, dude. So obviously, with a director like that, you're gonna look badass no matter who's up there. But
my good friend Degrassi, Ben Solo is still returning. Ray, Finn, and Poe are still reuniting. I am all for that because they did Finn dirty throughout those movies. And he's never coming back. I need a Finn redemption story. But getting back to Mando and Grogu, I loved all 3 seasons of Mando. I was hoping that it would appeal to a wider audience, not just the Disney Plus shows, and I think they accomplished that. It was an adventure. It was set outside of the series. Self-contained, and I really think this is a good start for movies returning back to theaters. You know, even though I could care less if there was Star Wars movies in theaters. Like I'm happy with Disney Plus, but I know some fans want to be able to go to a movie and get that theater experience and stuff. Now, we'll talk about the opening scene, which probably was the best scene of the whole movie. With Mando and Grogu hunting down Barrow. You guys remember Barrow? He was from season 3 of Mando, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
And the whole from the AT-ATs fights to him on the, I forgot what they call them, little single
little mini chicken walkers.
Yeah, the mini chicken walkers. That was so cool. And then we get Zeb back in the beginning. I was not expecting Zeb to show up. Zeb was badass through this whole movie. Mando was working for the New Republic, which is I found so weird. Like, wait, what? Why is he working for the New Republic?
Well, it was at the end of season 3.
Yeah, in the show.
They did say he was going to do that. One thing I did hear Jon Favreau say that I forgot to say in my little review is he looked at this as kind of like I wouldn't call it a reboot, but like this is a new kind of era for Grogu and Mando. So I looked at it kind of what he said there is kind of like this is Daredevil born again. So yes, all those things in the past happened, but now we're in a new era. And this is a new era of Grogu and Star Wars and Mando and all that lovely jazz. And so when I looked at it going into the movie, knowing that perspective, and that's what they were trying to accomplish, I was able to enjoy it more, not having this pressure of like, ooh, what's this going to connect to? Or is Thrawn going to, we're going to have a Thrawn name drop or anything like that. Like it was just, here's a new fresh start for Star Wars. And it was,
and I would say the special effects were just next level. That's why I said earlier when we first started that the trailer in comparison is such a fail to what is actually in the movies. They went top tier with the special effects, I believe, for me.
Bigger budget.
I think the budget was only around 160, 165, which is not bad.
Yeah.
What'd you think of overall, Paul? The opening scene.
Dude, I think it was good. You know, I mean, it was a good start. I didn't know where this movie was gonna go. You know, as far as like, you know, was he just hunting these guys just to kill them, or was he, you know? So it was a good start. And you know, the thing with Grogu, I remember when Mandalorian first came out. And that Grogu character, everybody was crazy about that character. I think what I like is that there was a nice balance between like action and like the funny parts. Like when they had that little like I don't know if it was like I don't know what you call it. It's those little like Empire droids that go around and has like a camera. And then kind of lifted it up, and I mean that was cool. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good scene.
Yeah, and I didn't realize until I did some digging that the AT-ATs and a lot of those shots were stop motion, which I was like, holy crap.
That's cool.
You know, they went back and did, you know, the Star Wars magic that everybody loved, using some stop motion. You know, later on we'll talk about the puppetry that they used, which I thought was cool. You know, we get Mando ends up killing Barrow, you know. So it goes back to the New Republic. Sigourney Weaver's there. She's kind of upset that Barrow, you know, she wanted to get information. And there was she had cards. I think they're called Sabak cards.
Yeah, Sabak.
I think
Sabak,
I think they're from the Legends books. I think this is the first time that they are appearing on screen.
You can play that shit.
Right?
No, am I crazy if Lando and Han didn't play that in Solo? Did they play Sabak in Solo?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They played for the Millennium Falcon.
That's what they played the Millennium Falcon for. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you can play them in a couple of the games too,
right? Like,
yeah, in the Bounty Hunter video game, you can learn how to play it.
The only problem I had with the whole Sigourney Weaver and Mando scene was there was no conflict. There was nothing that like she should have been yelling at him or saying, you know, if you mess up again, you're out of here. You're not working for us. But you know, there was here's a new ship. Yeah, take a new ship.
I will say that might have been a line delivery thing for Sigourney Weaver. my one just little bugaboo that I had with the general guy at the beginning here, the Empire guy, and with her is sometimes they didn't feel like they were in a Star Wars movie. They didn't. I don't think it wasn't as real for them as it was for others when they would say their lines. Because that's the only problem I have with the Empire guy, because he just came off as he came across as he was in a campy movie, and this movie was trying to take itself serious. And I think she kind of came across a little bit that too. But it was just cool to see her. Like, it's cool to see Sigourney Weaver in a sci-fi film. So I just didn't let it bother me.
The Ace of Spades. He gets a new ship. He gets a new mission to meet with the Hutts on Hutta.
They didn't say like you're writing checks your ass can't cash, Like
I wish they didn't.
The ship that Sigourney Weaver gave him, that was the same type of ship that Mandalorian had in the very beginning.
Razor Crest. Yep.
Razor Crest.
The one that gets blown up in that Boba Fett episode. Well, that episode that Boba Fett shows up in. Yeah.
There's no Ace of Spades in Sabak. So we end up goes to Hutta, meets with the twins from Book of Boba Fett. Their nephew has been kidnapped, and they want him back. He was first what's his freaking name? Rhoda. Yeah, he was first introduced in the Clone Wars animated.
Jabba.
Yep. When he's a little baby.
Yeah, he was a baby. He was a little baby, a little round baby. So he sets out to find him. He finds him. He's a pit fighter. That was unexpected. So he wasn't kidnapped. He didn't want to be around his aunt and uncle. I think they're aunt and uncle.
Like the Hulk and Ragnarok.
Yeah, the twins. Yeah, they were uncles. Yeah,
they want to kill him so he can never lay claim to the throne. And what you guys think of the plot about that so far?
I thought it was really cool because you got Mando wanting to follow in his dad's footsteps, and then you got the antithesis of that with the guy, Rhoda wanting to be the opposite of what his dad was.
Yeah.
And so that was a really interesting thing that added a little more layers than I was expecting going in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought what's his face? The bear. Forget the actor's name, but he did a phenomenal job. Like, I thought they did a good job on his voice. Like, they lowered it enough to where it didn't sound so much like him. But you could still, thank you, Jeremy Allen White. Yeah. I thought I really liked his arc and his story throughout the whole thing and where he ends up. Like, he ends up in a cool little spot that we'll probably get to. But
what I loved about it is that how like the Hutts are to be feared, and I was thinking, dude, a Hutt, but dude, he was yoke, and the way he would like kill guys, he would just smash dudes. I thought that was cool to actually see a Hutt. How they actually fought. I've never seen that before, and to see that was cool. Kind of cool. That was dope.
Yeah, just crushed the dude. Like, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I thought that I would be kind of taken aback too by a buff Hutt, but to be honest, after the first time seeing it, then it didn't bother me the rest of the movie like at all.
Exactly, yeah. Same here.
I will say this about the pit fighting, and he discovers that Rada is there because he wants to be there. A problem I had with that whole event pit thing was Grogu in that goddamn bird cage. Use the Force to get out the goddamn cage. Get out the cage.
He could have.
Should have been something like force field cage. You want to be nitpicky or something, that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you touched it, you'd be electrocuted.
Yeah. Then you would have got the cool shot of Mando ripping it open, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he I thought it was cool when I forgot his name. Who was the head of the pit fighting, the organization?
Oh, little bald dude.
Yeah, the bald guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he was one of the warlord guys.
Janu Coin or something like that. Janu.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget.
when he said kill them, and they released all the creatures, and those were the creatures from the Hollow chess set. I was like,
the
holy.
Jarek or Degrassi said it in there, but
See,
the Jarek or whatever
Bruce,
it's called.
you said you don't like any of the storyline, but see, you kind of geeked out on that. I just saw your face.
I don't know what you're talking about. That did not happen. That was a glitch.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I
guess it
geeked
was
out. I
cool.
was like, elbowing my girl, and she has no clue what the heck
What?
that is. And I was like, oh, that's pretty fire, bro. That's pretty fire.
They needed to fill Gene.
Yeah, Degrassi said, yeah, most exactly.
And what was really cool is the big guy. I don't know if you remember in New Hope how Chewbacca beats him in the game, whatever it is, slams the same character to the ground, and they did it in live action. Oh, it was just so cool. And then to watch them go crazy out in the street, like cause chaos.
That's how you know it was PG-13. Guys should have been like eaten. It should have been bloody. Guys should have been ripped apart. And you know what though? My 9-year-old probably would have shit his pants if he saw that. So it was kind of good. The violence was like family-friendly violence. Family-friendly.
Yeah, with a few moments where I went, ooh, they went there. Okay, cool.
Still. It's it was a simple plot, rescue mission, find information out, capture Janu, and so he ends up capturing Janu, which and lets Rada just stay free, doesn't return Rada to the huts. And he goes back, and Sigourney was like, oh, cool. I would have thought she would have been like, God damn you, Mando, you screwed up our, but
you know what that kind of character that would have been? That she would have end up being like the police chief, who's always like mad, throwing shit. She was the opposite. She was the opposite. Yeah. She was a nice police chief.
Back.
She was. She was.
In my head, I just took her performances. She just has a ton of respect for Mando because his name is sort of become legend out there in the galaxy. So I thought, she probably just realizes she probably can't control this guy whatsoever, and the fact that he's helping out is great. So she's probably just going to talk nice to him, even though she's probably pissed as hell at him.
So we get the Hutts are pissed. They send Imbo to bring back Rada. I know a lot of people were happy to see Imbo, and I don't know if that's his original dog or whatever, Anubo, or is that Cable? I don't remember.
Marok?
I can't remember.
I think it's Marok. But the type of animal it was dude, that's dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
So dope.
And then we get the Azellans. That's what they call it, the little mechanics. Azellans.
The Babu Fricks, my man. That's my guy, dude.
I love that they were puppet work.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So we get Mando's captured, Rada's captured. Wait, Rada's captured. Then Mando heads to find them, leaves Grogu behind. Then they get to Hutta. Mando gets captured, and it's up to Grogu to save the day. Go ahead. Did I leave something out?
You did. So after he's done with Sigourney Weaver, he says, I got a little too messy. I'm going to go chill out for a little while. And goes back to, I forget the planet that he and like where a lot of the first season takes place. But he goes back to that planet because they gave him, that's funny, a little house. And his Naboo starfighters there too. And he and the Babu Fricks are trying to like spice up or spruce up the Razor Crest, get some modifications on it. It's raining one night, and then he's like, nah, something don't feel right up in this thing. The little like the walking piranha things that he got from He
noticed that they were kind of uneasy. Yeah.
So then he tells the Babu Fricks and Grogu to peace out, and that's when he gets captured and gets taken in by what's his face again? I forgot again.
Yeah, Imbo.
I will say this about Grogu. The whole Grogu, I know most of the time he needs Mando to save him or hit him on the hand. Like, no, Grogu, that's this time he didn't have that. He was jumping head first into things, and that's one thing I don't like about the Grogu character. There's no consequences. for any of his actions ever. I think going forward they need to change that. And I don't know. It felt like they Filoni regressed the character to like a baby again. Like I wanted him to be able to talk. I want to have conversations. He's been training Grogu for a while now as a Mandalorian. You would think he would have learned how to speak, and then what do you guys think of that whole little adventure? Him rescuing Mando and putting him in like a dirt mound. I don't know how you built that dirt mound so quick.
Oh, it was awesome. It was like Yoda's hut.
I was.
Well, how it's funny because that part, there was people laughing, because he didn't make it big enough. And he was like,
yeah, and he kept walking his head like it was
like,
just
oh my god, that's funny.
But what I will say, Bruce, I think we're getting to conversations like with Grogu learning how to speak and all that. We'll get there, but I think this was a great movie to show you that we'll look back on and go, oh, this is when Grogu started to kind of like take steps on his own without his dad, and like the thing Mando says to him, right? Son helping father, or child, or younger helping older, or older helping younger, now younger helping older, whatever that quote was. I think that was a really important thing that he said there. Yeah. Just to drive home that, hey, we're going to start seeing Grogu do more stuff here down the line. And like you saw his origin here, you saw him get to where we are now, and now from here on, this is a new kind of era and a new, journey for Mando and Grogu to go on. And I bet you the next time we see him, you'll see him do something speaking wise or something like that, where you'll see some more growth there for sure.
The Grassy said, I hope when Grogu talks, he sounds like Tony Randall's brain gremlin from Gremlins 2.
Okay.
It's gonna be a progression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I just kind of laid it out there.
I love you guys.
I love you guys. You guys are the best.
I don't think he made many strides. They just gave Goku the trophy. I mean, I don't know. Pressing the button to go into hyperspace isn't a trophy, but I kind of just laid it out there. I think Grogu was one of the main heroes of the film. If he doesn't come save Mando, then where are we?
No. Give me some pants already.
I don't care if Grogu never sees. Just give him some pants already.
Sooner or later, he's gonna have that dingling hang out of his robe. So yeah.
Gotta let him know, dude. Gotta let him know, Grogu.
So Zach, since you saw the movie,
dude, did you notice he was using a walking stick? I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's some Yoda shit.
Why does he need a walking stick already? He's 5 years old. Come on.
I don't know, but I was saying that's some Yoda shit. Let's go.
It was, and I'm just saying, so we could have that conversation right now. That's exactly why he had that Yoda stick.
Oh, nice. I love that building mud huts is instinctual for old Grogu and baby Yoda species. Oh, Grogu. Baby Yoda sells too much merch. He'll never, ever grow up. Never growing up, unfortunately. All right. So Zach, after Mando wakes up, take us from there.
After Mando wakes up?
Yes.
Okay, after Mando wakes up, while he was out, the ship that was holding Rhoda that got attacked by the Hutts crash lands on the planet, and Grogu finds it. But all those I don't know what you call them, eel dudes from New Hope, for the Cantina New Hope. Side note: they've done a really great job with the Mandoverse, taking the peg warmers, the Ugnaughts, the little fish guys or the eel guys from the movie today, and making them cool and interesting, and giving them like some love, which I think is really cool. But anyways, so they go find that ship, and looks like it's going to work. It's going to be able to fly, not very well. And Mando lets Grogu know, hey, we either can dip out. The Hutts will probably come find us at some point, but at least we'll have some peace for a while. Or we can go kick their fucking ass. So he goes and says, all right, let's go do it. So they saddle up, and they go take that ship, and, just reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, but just flies it right through the Hutt's palace, dude, and just said, bam, we're here, baby. And then, the whole big fight stuff breaks out, which what I thought was really cool is you got to see some old droids from
Yeah,
Clone Wars.
droids.
Yeah, some repurposed battle droids. So seeing that was really cool, and getting to see Mando go one-on-one with Embo was badass. So you see that go down. Grogu goes and helps Rhoda get free, and then he comes and he fights his aunt and uncle, and they get got. I mean, I don't really want to spoil it too hard, but they get dropped into
spoilers.
Oh yeah. So anyway, they get dropped down into the watery cave that Mando got dropped in earlier, and Grogu saves Rhoda, dude, with the Force and keeps him up from going down.
I had a problem with that because he was struggling at the beginning of the movie just to lift little things, and he just Rhoda's just like, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
You know what I think?
Can we rewind? Let's rewind a couple of things. Let's rewind a couple of things. Okay, so that I forgot what they called it. That barge that had Rhoda. You know, when he was gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna go into hiding."
Yeah.
Okay. This is the thing with me. You know, I don't like to nitpick while I'm watching a movie because it fucks with my head and I won't be able to enjoy the movie. Okay, but you don't think they would have cleared out everything inside that spaceship, like all the weapons and all that? There was like swords and weapons. I'm like, you know what I mean? I was thinking, wouldn't they like clean that shit out? And then it was like it would have been better. Okay, see again, it's fucking with me. It would have been better if like those guys that he killed before he succumbed to the poison, if he just picked up their weapons. Like if he said like, oh, this guy dropped this weapon, this guy dropped that weapon, and did that, rather than, oh shit, they left everything in here. I'm fucking just loading up. You know what I mean? Like the sword. That was bad though. Badass was when he got the swords and he went like put them behind him.
Yeah,
I was like,
sick.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. That was dope. You know, and that's the thing. I don't like to nitpick because then it fucks with me enjoying the movie. But yeah, I noticed that. And then there was something else. It'll come to me.
The only armor Rhoda had was plot armor.
That's good. I like that. That was good.
We got the New Republic coming to save Mando, even though they said they weren't supposed to come save him. You on your own. This is not our space. You'll never see us. We're not coming. And here we go with Carson Tevra showing up. I was like, oh, he's there.
Yeah, he was. That was really cool. Well, what was interesting was that she says afterwards, thank God he kept the general dude alive or whatever he was, because he squealed that the Hutts were playing both sides, so it gave him an excuse to say, oh yeah, I guess we can go help him now.
Yeah,
screw these guys.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I remembered what I was gonna say. Okay, so when Mando succumbed to the poison, you heard that music and it was kind of like sad. Yeah. And then my wife actually started crying. She goes, if Mando dies, I'm going to be so mad. I go, Leanne, what's the title of the movie? They're not going to kill the title character. He's going to live. She goes, he better. And this is like while the movie's going, he's telling me, I'm going to be mad if he dies. I say, he's not going to die. The name of the movie's him. It's him. He's going to make it. So
and
yeah.
Of course, Grogu used some force healing. Last scene done by Rey.
Yeah. Yeah. That was dope.
And Grogu has.
Well, we also saw him do it first too, though.
That character in the swamp, that dude that was on the rocking chair and who made the actual medicine. That was I didn't know anything. I didn't think that character would appear, and it was awesome. It was random, and it worked. I liked it. I want to see more of that guy.
Yeah, I wanted to know why he was in the swamp, just alone. What does he have any hatred towards the Hutts? I think they should have fleshed out that his character a little more in the movie. But it is what it is. He healed.
That's right. He healed. Yeah, he did. That's right. He did.
Oh yeah.
Was it season 2 or 3?
2. Is it 2, 3?
2.
Oh, same character. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. You know what? That's true. I forgot all about that.
The Mandalorian seasons 1 to 3 again. I forgot so much.
Now I gotta watch it. And I was like, oh man.
Using the Force is easier than it was back in our day.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say something about that. To your point of like, oh, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. He was struggling before. Consistently, he does his best Force stuff when he's under great stress in a really traumatic moment. So you think about when the horn, whatever the space rhino was running at him, stopped it. When the fire at the end of season 3, he keeps the fire away from everybody so everybody can escape. So I think that's where my mind went when he did it. I just thought, oh, this is another moment like the rhino moment, or another moment like the like when he does the fire. Because
well said, that. Yeah, well said.
He is. Yeah. He's still figuring it out. He's still figuring it out. We got 500,000 years or whatever it is that that Yoda gets to, or 5,000 years, whatever it is. So he's got some time to still, get more consistent. But I think when you need him, he's there. So I think that guy
right after using the Force anymore.
That's true. See, there's some growth. I don't remember who said he didn't grow at all in this movie.
Me.
But there's some growth there.
I say there was no growth for Grogu in this movie. I wanted a teenage Grogu, at least 4 feet tall.
Oh yeah, you got it. You got a few years for that, bro.
I know.
Well, this is still Disney. Did you like it when Groot was like a teenager? He was an asshole.
I was gonna say
I don't want to see that Grogu. Let's just skip that Grogu and just go skip the teenage Grogu and just go straight up.
Well, yeah, because Baby Groot was a thing, man. I watched.
Yeah, Baby Groot was a thing. See,
yeah.
Brian knows.
I just went through I watched Guardians 2 last night. One of my favorite parts.
Let's go.
He's hooking up the speakers and they play Mr. Blue Sky from.
Definitely an underrated movie. I love that movie.
It's good.
It's really good. I think it's the best Guardians movie, to be honest.
He's all, "Hey y'all, I'm Mary Poppins."
Ooh. Yeah, I'm Mary Poppins.
That made me cry. Just thinking about that made me cry.
Yeah, Mary Poppins. Yeah.
All right, so,
hey y'all, I'm Mary.
I would give this movie a 7 out of 10 overall. It wasn't groundbreaking. It didn't need to be. It just had to be a fun movie. It's family friendly. It's to bring more kids to the theaters. It's going to sell a lot more goddamn toys, of course. Whatever it doesn't make in the theaters, it'll make up in merch, definitely. And I think this is grounds for a season 4 of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
It's in the works, dude. I'm sure you'll see Mandalorian show up in freaking Ahsoka season 2 or 3 or whatever, No possibility.
At the beginning, Mando was bounty hunter for the rebels, and at the end, Mando was a bounty hunter for the rebels.
Yeah, but that's not what the story they were telling. The story they were telling was his relationship with Grogu, and us seeing that grow into kind of the next stage, the next phase of him having some more freedom, I guess, is lack of the better term. And so at the beginning of it, he was still a worried dad and didn't let him talk and said heal a lot, right? And by the end of it,
he like a dog. He was talking to him like he was a dog.
He treated him less like a dog and more like a son. Now, maybe I got to go back and rewatch all 3 seasons of Mando to see if that, if they went back on that a little bit. But there was the space stuff, the Star Wars, the lasers, all that stuff was really just window dressing at the core of this thing, which is what makes Star Wars, is it was a family thing, and it was a father-son thing. And by the beginning of it, they had one relationship, and by the end of it, after Grogu saves his dad, which is a different thing for them, they're at a different spot in their relationship. It's like your dad giving you the keys to his car, letting you drive his car for the first time, dude, and you're in a different place with your dad now.
Paul, what would you give your rating overall?
So they should title this "The Mandalorian and Grogu: The New Hope," because I'm going to tell you, this gave me hope that they're going to be making good Star Wars content. I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. I would rate it a little higher than you. I'd say an 8.
Okay.
I came in thinking this movie was going to suck. I'm going to pick it apart. I'm going to hate it. I loved it. I loved everything about it. And pretty much what you said. It wasn't groundbreaking. It was a fun movie. It's so much fun. I'd go watch it again. I thought it was so good.
Oh, nice.
Was it perfect? No. Was there plot holes or like stuff that drove me crazy? Yeah, but the thing is that you gotta accept for what it is. You gotta take it in and just enjoy the ride. And that's what I did. I'm glad I had it. I thought that way. My mindset was that way because yeah, it was really good.
Zach, did you give a score?
Oh, I didn't. I'm trying to think. I'm going to go with an 8.2. 8.2.
Nice. Like
8.2. My buddies were been watching and I haven't been giving points, and they've been telling me I've been giving rookie scores. So I'm trying to give a little something so that they don't make fun of me anymore.
Nerdy hasn't seen the movie, but he gave it a 7.68.
okay. All right.
I will say this before we go. Special effects is what is top 10 in this movie. And when he was in the Razor Crest and he looks up, that was such a gorgeous shot.
Yes.
I could see a ride in Disney called Mandalorian Cockpit.
Emphasis on the first half of that word there, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with that, I want to thank Brian. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone that's been watching. Please hit the thumbs up, like, and Zach and I will be back next week for another edition of the Power Hour.